Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Movie Bug Movie Talks. Now, before we get started, I promise I wanted to clarify. I'm not just wearing these to like flex or anything. I have a bad ear infection today, so I couldn't put my normal headphones in. So these are the best thing I had. Second off, unfortunately, my guest that I had planned scheduled for today, because I said in my last week's stream who I had on, wasn't able to make it today for personal reasons. Completely understand. He's told me why he couldn't make it, but very luckily, I am very good friends with someone who I always can rely on. He's got a great channel. He's a really nice guy. We've had him on before. He's my first returning guest. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Alex Pitt.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me again, James.
Oh, no, thank you for coming on again. It's always a pleasure to have you on.
Yeah, it's always fun being here, answering questions and all that fun stuff.
Oh, no, absolutely. These live streams, they're real good fun, especially now that everyone's sort of doing them with people, because obviously, like, I mean, you've done a couple on your own. I think I've done like 8 on my own or so, and it's so much better with people, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. But no, thank you for coming back on, especially at such short notice.
That's fine. That's fine.
But we've got quite a few people here. We got 20 people here today. So hello, everyone.
Nice.
There were some conversations going on before we started. I'm just going to skip through some of them. How's it going? It's going good. Going very good.
Yeah.
This is the obvious question, which I knew would come up pretty quick. Have you seen the Shang-Chi trailer?
Yes. I think we're both, because I watched your reaction for it. And I think we're both a lot more positive on it than a lot of other people, because I was seeing some people who really didn't like the trailer, and I don't understand why.
No, you know what? I've seen a lot of people online really like it. There's just a couple people that I like, people that I'm not to single people out, but I've seen a couple people in our group who don't seem to like it.
Maybe that's why I think that people don't like it then, because people in our chat don't seem to like it, but I really liked it.
It's had a very positive reaction, I think, from most people, because I was looking online and most other people seem to be happy with it. I thought it was great, really good.
Yes, it looked like Ghost of Tsushima with fitting in the Marvel universe, so I'm down for that.
It looks really fun, and I don't get why people say that it's repetitive. It's like, this doesn't feel repetitive at all. This is like completely new for Marvel. We're getting we're getting a new culture, of course. We're going to have a different type of hero. This guy's going to be a bit more of a martial artist type thing. It looks fun. It looks really good.
We're in that very experimental phase of Marvel.
Yeah.
Other than Falcon and Winter Soldier, which is very familiar, almost everything else is very different at the moment, which I'm loving.
Yeah, so am I. I don't get me wrong. I think we'll come back to, like, when Fantastic Four and the X-Men come into it, we're going to go back down to normal Marvel. Yeah. But yeah, I think you're right. A minute when we're at experimental phase, and I love it as well. I think it's really interesting.
Now I just want an Eternals trailer.
Yeah,
that's the one I'm most looking forward to.
Yeah, so am I. I think we'll get it. Maybe I don't know. I feel like they're going to want either Loki or Black Widow out by the time they start advertising that.
I think it'll be around Black Widow's release. I reckon we'll do it then.
So do I. But that's my most anticipated Marvel movie as well. Definitely. And then a couple of people just talking about it. I think it's crazy that we don't have any Eternal stuff yet, considering it was originally meant to be released way back in November. I think it's just because they don't want to clog up their line, do they? They're like, right, we got to do Loki first because that's next up. And then we got to promote Black Widow, and then Shang-Chi, and then obviously Eternals is after that. So
Yeah, we haven't had any Eternal stuff because they pushed it back.
Yeah.
We don't need it. It's still a few months.
No. They've got other stuff they need to promote first.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
This one's interesting. I really quickly tried to search this while the countdown was happening. Did you see the teaser trailer for the Flash movie?
Is that because I know they only started shooting that today?
Yeah. I'm guessing it must be like a do you remember like when they started shooting The Last Jedi?
Yeah,
And then they just showed that really quick thing of Ryan Johnson going, "Welcome to episode 8" or something.
yeah. It
I
might be
guess,
something like that. Yeah.
yeah, I think that's what it's gotta be. Have you seen the what is that? Chiro
Chiropractor.
Chiropractor and Heyday Boy? I have not.
I don't
No,
even know what that is.
no idea. Oof, that intro. Yeah, the intros. I really need to find a new one. That one's it's very unlike me. It's very just
I was
heavy.
coming out to it.
Yeah, I feel like I'm like in the main room of a nightclub all of a sudden when that comes on. Mr. Tin and Sonic, how are you doing? Doing good, thank you. Yeah, a little bit more freedom. It's always nice, isn't it?
Yeah, I went to the pub for the first time in ages the other day.
Ah, very nice.
On Sunday, and I'm such a lightweight, and I barely
Did you
eaten, so it went straight to my head.
Oh dear. I must admit, we went to like a garden party. Me, Luke was there, and a couple of my mates. And I was determined to stay. I don't like these YouTubers, but I was determined just to stay up for that Jake Paul fight. I was like, I'm gonna stay up. I'm gonna watch it. Oh, I think about 1 o'clock. I was like, I need to go home. I've had too much. I'm going.
Fair enough.
Also a lightweight.
Cheap night out.
Yep, exactly. People like the intro. Fair enough. Good, thank you. We're both doing very good.
Yeah.
Hello. I live in Scotland. Can't wait to go back to HMVC Expander. Yeah, Scotland. I'm not sure when all their like non-essential shops open.
No, I'm not sure, but I know they're closed for at least a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I actually haven't got back to the shops yet. I think honestly, it'll be when we meet up in a couple of weeks. That'll be my first time getting back to.
I went with Tara the other day, but we didn't. I
Mhm.
didn't spend much. I only got some cheap stuff in CEX.
Yeah. No, I don't want to go Blu-ray hunting just yet because I know that when I get paid next week, I think I'm gonna get the Game of Thrones 4K set. But I'm like Game of Thrones or the Godzilla Criterion. But the thing is, the Game of Thrones one's still on sale at the minute on Amazon, so I want to get it while it's in the sale. So I think I'll get Godzilla my next payday. But then of course we're going out in a couple of weeks. It's like, there's a I'm probably gonna take about 50 to 100 spend that day as well. So it's like
Nice.
probably gonna be spending a bit of money this month. So I thought I'd be good. I won't go Blu-ray hunting just yet.
That's fair enough.
Hello, Kirsty and Soul. Hello, gentlemen. How are you both doing? Very good, Archie. Thank you.
Congrats on 200 subs, by the way, Archie.
Yes. Congratulations. I was just watching your video as well. Your unboxings, the prizes that you got from your channel.
Yeah, he got some good stuff. Fargo's an amazing film.
Yeah, I haven't seen Fargo in ages. I always just think of the TV series now. Little Martin Freeman.
Yeah, I go back and forth because I love the show so much. I don't know which I prefer.
I think I prefer the show, but I haven't seen the movie in years. It's been a long time. Yes, we have seen Shang-Chi. We've just spoken about it. Evening, Alex.
Good evening. Thanks, Archie.
Yeah. Yep, this is good. We agree.
Yep.
We agree. I'm going to skip over all of the hello. Oh, no, wait. Here we go. I'll bring this one up. There we go.
Hello, Tara. Nice of you to join us. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for being here. Question for Alex. Who is your favourite and least favourite live-action Spider-Man villain?
My favorite is definitely Doc Ock.
I agree.
My least favorite, I feel like these are going to be the obvious choices. I think my least favorite is probably Electro.
I also agree.
I think that will probably be most people's choices.
Yeah, it's so weird because it's almost like, oh hey, you get to see Doc Ock again, but if you want to see Doc Ock again, you got to see that really crap one as well.
Mhm.
um, who watches Sean Chandler?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watch him. He does a lot of bloody ranking videos, though, don't he?
Yeah, are you subscribed to his new channel? Is Sean Chandler Plus?
Oh, I might be, but I don't watch it.
Because I actually prefer his new channel over his main channel. Because his
Oh,
main
really?
channel, he just does MCU rankings like every
Yeah.
time a new film comes out. His new channel, he puts his Blu-ray updates on there. He does kind of
Oh, right.
smaller things, like he's reviewing Parasite this month. So I actually
Oh,
prefer that
okay.
channel now.
I think I'm actually going to start watching that channel more then, because I've got a bit fed up of like, oh, there'll be like like Justice League could come out, and he won't just rank all the DCU films. Like the other day, done all the DCU villains. It's like it's a bit
Yeah,
overkill for me.
yeah. And when Zack Snyder's Justice League came out, he ranked Zack Snyder's films, and he's already said he's doing that again next month because
Yeah,
Army of the Dead comes out. That's a bit
yeah.
overkill.
I think so. Yeah, I think you should maybe chill out on those a bit.
Yeah, because I like doing rankings on my channel, but I've set a rule for myself. I'm not going to do a ranking video unless I've got 3 new films to
Yeah,
add since I last did the ranking.
that's a
So
good number to be fair. Yeah, I mean, I think I'd be the same. It's like I don't know. It's like last time I ranked Pixar films, I think it was when Toy Story 4 come out. I think the last time I ranked it. So now there's like 3 more. Incredibles 2 onward Soul. So soon there'll be Luca. So that's the thing. I because someone actually asked me to do a ranking of those movies last month, and I was like, well, I might as well wait for Luca now because we're not too far
yeah,
off that movie.
yeah.
Have you been watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier? Yes.
I actually am not caught up with it.
Oh,
Because,
really?
yeah, and
Surprising.
I'm surprised with myself. Well,
Mm.
kind of, because I watched the first episode and
Mhm.
I quite liked the first
Mhm.
episode. Then I watched the second episode and didn't like it that much.
Mhm.
So at that point, because I'm very picky, like some shows like WandaVision, I love
Mhm.
watching it weekly because
Yeah.
I like the conversation.
Mhm.
There isn't really any of that with Falcon and Winter Soldier, and because I wasn't
No.
a massive fan of the second one, I thought I'm just going to wait for it all to come out and then watch it all in one.
Yeah. I can't lie. This show hasn't gripped me either. I am
Mm.
just watching because I would have it spoiled by now. Like, because obviously, like my friend Luke and Ryan, obviously they're big Marvel fans, so I kind of feel like I have to watch it. But
That is the one thing with not watching it, but I don't know if there are any major spoilers in the show, but I haven't heard of any yet.
no, there's not really much happening if you really think about it in the show, I guess. I don't know. It's not a bad show because I've spoken to a few people about it now, and I always think I'm being overly negative. It's like, no, I do like Falcon and Winter Soldier. I think it's a good show, but I much preferred WandaVision. I'll say that.
From what I've seen, definitely. And I guarantee when Loki comes out, I will be watching Loki
Yeah,
every Friday.
that one looks like it's going to be a lot better as well.
Yeah.
My favorite is Doc Ock. Good choice.
Yeah.
Ah, hello. We're doing very good, thank you. Very good. His favorite is Rhino. I just always sort of forget he exists, to be honest, in those films.
He's barely in that film anyway.
Yeah, he is. James, are you rebuying shows as box sets again to save space? Yeah, more or less. Yeah, I want to. The Game of Thrones one will save a lot of room. I'd like to get maybe. I did look at getting the Black Sails box set, but I didn't really like the design of it, so I thought I'll keep them individually. But it was always nicer just to have the whole thing in one set, I think, and it does save you space as well.
Yeah.
I'm here, guys. How's it going? Having a good day? Yes, very good. Thank you.
Yeah.
I can tell you now, this is not going to happen. Did you hear there may be a Wolverine show on Disney Plus? He will be introduced in a well, no, he will be in a movie, not a TV show.
Yes, I don't think that that's going to happen.
Well, no, I think as well, we won't be seeing him anytime soon, Wolverine.
No, I don't think so either.
No, I think it's Wolverine's at least like another 6 to 8 years off, I think.
Yes.
Hello, Josh, Mr. Film Flick. Hello, my friend. Didn't show any footage in the Flash teaser, just the title. Yeah,
that's what we predicted.
Yeah, nothing to get
show any footage. They started shooting literally today.
They literally just took one shot, take it straight to the editing room, do it. Yeah, nothing to get too excited about then. To be honest,
I'm just happy that they're actually filming it because it was supposed to come out like 3 years ago.
Yeah. I can't lie, I'm not too excited about this movie.
No. I'm excited to see what they do because, like the MCU, it seems that they're in the Flash, they're basically doing a multiverse as well.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious for that, but I'm not a fan of Ezra Miller as the Flash, though. That's a problem.
No, neither am I. I'm not. It sounds like, I think Flashpoint is such a huge thing in the comics. It's something that should be built up to, whereas it feels like they've jumped the gun here because they need to fix a lot of stuff. But hey, we'll see. Have any of you seen a film called Detachment? I watched it on Wow.
Never even heard of that one.
No, apparently it's a real roller coaster of emotions. Can't get a hold of the original Wonder Woman Blu-ray slip. It's irritating because I have all the originals with slips. Okay. That's surprising. I didn't think that one was hard to get with a slip. But
I don't have that problem, fortunately. Like, some of my films have slips, some don't.
Yeah.
I'm not really that bothered.
Nah, oh, see, I must admit, with my collections, I do get a bit funny with it. Like, I need it to have a slip, but
I know a lot of people are. That's fine.
It doesn't bother me on other films. Like, if I buy like a random film, like a Quentin Tarantino movie, and it don't have a slip, it's not a big deal. But like, if all my DC films have slips, I need them to continue with slips.
That's fair enough.
Any overlooked movies you can recommend?
Well, I always recommend Sing Street to anyone.
Yeah.
Also Slither, directed by James Gunn. I don't know if you've seen that.
Actually, haven't seen that.
That's a really good film. Also, I was thinking about this earlier because have you ever seen Entourage?
No.
It is. I started watching it, rewatching it earlier. It's in my top 5 shows. It's my favorite sitcom.
Oh, really?
I love it. But they had a film that came out a few years after the TV show.
Okay.
And the film is surprisingly, the critics didn't like it.
Yeah.
But the audiences who like the show really like the film. And so I'm gonna throw that in with the overlooked movies.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't know what I would do off the top of my head. You know what? One that, and I hope Josh is still here because I do want to say I really bloody love this movie.
That's a really good film.
I was surprised. I was shocked because I sort of put it on and I was like, this is just weird. It's just, you're just sort of having like a day in the life sort of thing with this woman. Well, it wasn't a day in the life because it's set over a period of time. But when I was watching it, I was like, wow, this is actually just so engaging. Like the way the director handled the movie, like the color palette, the just the whole feel of the movie. I thought it was really, really interesting. So I'll probably say that.
Really good. Also, I know he also sent you Short Term 12, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that's a really good film.
Throw it in there.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that one as well. I think I've got them. I think they're close to each other, but yeah, it's weird. This one comes like a bin case.
Because I only watched that for the first time about a week ago, and it's really good.
Yeah, I did really enjoy that one as well. And that's the thing, when people give Brie Larson such a hard time for Captain Marvel, it's like, we'll go watch that. We'll go watch Room. She's fantastic.
Yeah.
I think the Wolverine show could be good. I'm guessing I hope they don't mess up Wolverine because I'm a fan of Wolverine. Yeah, I won't. We're not going to see him anytime soon, so I really wouldn't get your hopes up about seeing him.
We'll see Fantastic Four ages before Wolverine.
To be fair, when they get to the X-Men, I don't want to see Wolverine straight away. because we saw him so much in the Fox ones. I want to see like Cyclops.
Yeah. It's like Joker,
yeah,
because we've seen the Joker so much, and that's one of the reasons why I'm looking forward to the Batman, because as far as we know, he isn't in it.
no, exactly.
They're using different villains, which is kind of like Wolverine. You don't really need him at the moment.
No, I think Wolverine's one of those characters they're better off saving for when like Thor is out the picture as well and Spider-Man's gone. So like you need, it's nice to have one of those big names still there.
Yes.
Yeah. 26th of April, the shop's open apparently in Scotland.
Not too far then.
Nah. Watched any films today? I have not. And I'm guessing you have, because you've been working as well.
I've been working. All I've done is, like I say, I watched a couple of episodes of Entourage on my break. That was it for today.
I might watch. I started this. Thank you again for sending me it. I started this set, so I might watch the second one tonight. But have you seen these?
I have not seen them.
The first one at least blew my mind, like, because it's 1950s, I think, or 50s. It's a 50s movie. And wow, it sort of felt like a 70s movie. It was really good. The production value on it was fantastic.
I honestly don't know much about them. I just know that you wanted them, but I don't know much.
I remember watching the trailers, because you can't get Seven Samurai on Blu-ray here in the Criterion, and I thought a lot of people like that movie, like those three movies, because it's got the same actor in, and it's samurai again. So that's why I sort of really wanted those. But yeah, no, it's amazing. The first one, at least, I've really enjoyed it.
Nice.
Would you recommend upgrading the 4K edition of it just for the slip or nah? I'm not sure what movie this is for.
No, unless he means it, the film. I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
4K of that.
Is it one of the first movie? Can you get that separately?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe not.
I don't know. I don't think I've seen the first one out. I've got the second one on 4K, which is I got it on the cheap. I got it on eBay in a bidding war. So, but I don't know. I'm not massive on those two films, to be fair. So,
I quite like them.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. I like the first one more.
Yeah.
Mr. Alex, will you be annoyed in the future when the MCU movies have Blu-ray releases and you'll end up having the Infinity Saga box set and the rest as individual copies?
Honestly, no. I thought about that as well. I'm honestly not, because it is the Infinity Saga, which
That's the story. Yeah.
The story, and it ends with Spider-Man Far From Home. So I quite like that I've just got that in my big box set, and then I'll be able to get like Black Widow and that on 4K still and have them, in the collection just separately, but that's fine.
Yeah. I'd feel exactly the same, to be fair, because like I'm going 4K from this point onwards as well, because I've got all of them in 3D. So it doesn't bother me, because it's like, yeah, I've got the Infinity Saga in 3D, and from there on I'll just go 4K. I feel like Kevin Feige will make Wolverine goofy, and I'm not sure how I feel about, that's the actor. He's from Stranger Things. The brother of the ginger girl. Yeah. I think you're jumping the gun a lot here. He's not going to be cast as Wolverine. He won't be. And it's way too soon to be thinking about Wolverine in the MCU.
Yeah, I highly doubt even Kevin Feige who knows who they're going to cast yet.
Yeah, no, exactly.
About it.
Well, I don't think they're even on the topic of Wolverine. They're going to focus on the Fantastic Four first.
Yes.
Which I think more people want to see.
Yes, because Kevin Feige said that he's got a 5-year plan and X-Men wouldn't come in until after that.
Yeah.
And still got 2.5 years. We're about halfway through that. So,
and there's no guarantee that Wolverine will be a part of the first X-Men lot. I personally hope he isn't. But I don't think they'll make him goofy.
No, I don't think they will.
And you're very welcome, Archie. What do you think will win Oscar Best Picture?
I am 90% sure that Nomadland will win.
Yeah.
It's been taking all of the awards, although I will say last year I was convinced that 1917 was going to win, and it
Yes,
didn't.
so was I. Yeah.
And it didn't, so who knows? But I'm 90% sure Nomadland will win.
Yeah. I haven't seen it. I really want to. Because it's coming on Disney Plus, I think, soon, isn't it?
30th, I believe.
I don't know when the Oscars are. Are they before then or after?
They're before then. I think it comes
so
out.
annoying.
I'm pretty sure Nomadland comes out the Friday, and the Oscars are on the Sunday night.
That's annoying. I to be fair, I can't watch them live anyway. But no, I really do want to watch it. But I have a feeling that one might do it as well.
It's not, out of all of the ones that have been nominated, it's my second favorite. Minari is my favorite.
But I think Minari as well.
I do think Nomadland will win. Minari is coming out on Blu-ray soon.
Yeah. I might pick it up. I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen loads of the best picture. I've seen what's it called?
Sound of Metal.
Seen Sound of Metal.
Yeah.
Seen Mank. What other ones are there?
Trial of Chicago 7.
Seen that one. What's the other one? I can't think of it. I can't. I'm having a brain moment here where it's just not working.
Promising Young Woman. I don't know if you've seen that.
Haven't seen that one.
The Father.
Haven't seen that one. Just done a diary entry on it. Hang on. Oh, Judas and the Black Messiah. I've seen.
Yeah,
that's the other one I've seen. So I've seen about half. I watched Cargo on Netflix recently, and it's a pretty heartfelt little zombie flick. Really enjoyed it. I haven't seen that one.
I haven't seen it, but it's on the list because it's got Martin Freeman in it, and I like him a lot.
Right. Yeah, I like Martin Freeman.
I will watch it.
Yeah, I actually haven't heard of that one before. I'll give it. I'll try and remember that one. Hi, do you have the collection version of Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou? I think we both have that, don't we?
Yes, because I had it on DVD, but when they had the Criterion sale, I was in the 2 for $25, so I was like, well, I've got to get that because it's really good.
You went a bit crazy with that deal.
Yeah, I did.
To be fair, I was very tempted to go crazy as well. I wish I'd got that Godzilla set while it was like 120, I think, weren't it? Something like that. I don't know if I can. I'm so desperate to watch those Godzilla films. As I say, I'm gonna hopefully get Game of Thrones this payday. I get paid monthly, and then next month, Criterion Godzilla. I'm gonna do it soon. I know I am. I'm trying to bottle it up. It's like it's so much money for just like I think there's only like 8 or 12 films in there. But it's like I keep thinking about them. I keep wanting to watch them. So it's like I do want to watch them. So it will be money well spent.
Yeah.
Also watch The Platform on Netflix. It's literally the most effed up film I've ever seen.
Yes. Have you seen it?
I have not.
I have seen this one, and I agree. It is really disturbing.
Oh, really?
It's really good.
Oh, it's good though. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's good.
I was almost about to say, oh, maybe I won't watch it, but
no, it is good, but it's very disturbing. I guess that is the right word for it.
Okay, it sounds interesting. Okay, sorry for the weird question. I'm going to read that part out first. The most unintentionally gay scene in a film. I know what comes to mind for me.
Okay, you'll have to say yours then.
Mine's Alien Covenant, where he's got the flu.
Oh,
he's like, you do the blowing, you blow and I'll do the fingering. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I can't top that one. I don't have an answer.
That's the only answer I would have had, to be fair. I'm not sure what else I could have thought of. Because I done my Alien Covenant review. I remember watching that movie back before I reviewed it, and I was like, I wouldn't have been shocked if those two had just started, like Michael Fassbender just started making out with Michael Fassbender.
I wouldn't put it past him.
That's such a weird movie.
Yeah.
Batman Begins or Spider-Man 2? I'd say Spider-Man 2. I'm going to go with Batman Begins out of those two, but I do really like Spider-Man 2.
Hard question. Um,
I
I
just
think
hate.
I think I'm actually going to go Spider-Man 2.
Fair enough.
I think Spider-Man 2's got a better villain.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Doc Ock's awesome.
I think that's the thing which puts it over.
I just hate all the scenes with Mary Jane.
Mm,
Hate them.
I get that, yeah.
I just watched Sound of Metal. Riz Ahmed is good, but I don't think he was amazing. Really?
I disagree. I think he was fantastic.
So do I. I thought he was awesome in it.
I'm so happy that we're getting that film on Blu-ray.
Yeah, I know it's coming up for. I don't think I'll get it straight away. Because I'm not in a rush to rewatch it. But when it gets to probably £10 or below, I'll definitely pick that film up.
Yeah, because I mean, in the UK, it's an Amazon exclusive, which very rarely come to physical. So I was so happy that it's coming.
Yeah, it's really strange. So I think I saw like The Boys season 2's just come up for pre-order as well. I mean, I'm gonna get that. I enjoy that show so much, but I still find it weird that that's getting a physical release.
Yeah, well, I don't have season 1 yet, so I think when we go Blu-ray hunting, that's on my list.
Nice. I love that show so much. I remember picking. I had to get season 1, and I have to get season 2 as well.
Yeah.
So I should probably be pre-ordering that. Spider-Man 2 is a fantastic superhero movie with great drama, a great story, and the train scene is the best Spider-Man action scene.
I agree.
I do really like that movie. It's a very good film. Maybe my favorite Spider-Man film. Live action.
Live action, yeah.
Yeah.
I slightly prefer Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, yeah, so do I, yeah. I don't know, for me, it's Spider-Man 2 and Homecoming are like this. I really like both those movies. I agree with your thoughts on Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's good, but fails to keep my attention. I found myself checking how long I have left during the episode. Yeah.
Because these episodes are quite a bit longer than WandaVision as well.
Yeah. It's a shame, really, because I spent a lot of the last episode on my phone.
Yeah.
I noticed Raya went down on your Disney ranking, James. Yeah, I'm always messing about my rankings on Letterboxd. Do you do that? Just always go on there and have them.
Yeah. I've seen that film twice now, but both times I think I liked it equal. It's a really good.
Yeah, I really like it. I preferred Moana from a couple years ago. I thought that was a better movie.
I know I'm probably in the minority, and I haven't made my Disney ranking public yet because I like finishing rankings and making them public on Letterboxd. So it will be soon. I actually have Frozen 2 above Raya as well.
Oh, really? Fair enough. You know what? Frozen 2 surprised me. I'll be a bit kind towards it. I was expecting it to be shit. I thought it was better than the first Frozen.
I love the first Frozen. I honestly do, but I really like the second one though. I think the music in the second one is better than the first.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. Disney, they a bit up and down, but lately they've had a couple really good movies. Like Moana for me just hit such a sweet spot. I love that movie.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Lord of the Rings movie? Mine is Two Towers.
Return of the King.
I agree. I'm going Return of the King.
Yeah.
Great movie. Well, they're all great.
Yeah.
What's your top 5 favorite movies that you love watching on repeat and never get bored of?
I can think of 4 off the top of my head that I always watch. Back to the Future. About Time.
Oh, yeah, such a good film.
Stand By Me. And La La Land. I keep going back to those 4 films.
Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
No surprise.
Yeah.
The Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh yeah, that's another one. Yeah. That might be my one.
Always go back to that film. Jurassic Park. Thor Ragnarok. I go back to that film a lot. I really, really love that movie. And a weird one, which I actually don't talk about loads. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. That film goes on a lot for me. I think I just love all the Davy Jones stuff. I love it.
Is that your favorite Pirates one then?
No, I think the first one's my favorite, but
Yeah.
I love Davy Jones.
Mm.
Like he just hits different. I think I've said this on one of the podcast episodes. He's my favorite CGI villain. I think he looks incredible. Like the technology, what they done with him back then was amazing.
Yes, agreed. I love the first one though. I think the
Yeah,
first one is amazing.
I think each one, for me personally, gradually knocks off a little bit. Then you get to 4, and then 5 is just like a dumpster fire down the bottom.
That because in your bad movie reviews, I mean,
Mm.
we do agree on a few of the films, but
Mhm.
I think Pirates 5 is the one that we agree on the most. I really don't like that film.
No, it was. I remember walking out the cinema. That's one of those times where I was convincing myself, like, it weren't that bad. It weren't that bad. And then got the Blu-ray, and I was like, oh, this is terrible. Oh, I feel like the tease and throwaway of Quicksilver in WandaVision was Marvel's way of saying they are doing the X-Men their own way, which is the right choice. It needs a major overhaul. I completely agree with this. Yeah. I really didn't mind the Quicksilver stuff in WandaVision. I know some people were a bit peeved off with it, but I was like, it didn't bother me much because you knew he wasn't going to be like a main focus anyway.
No, I go back and forth on how I feel about that, and I don't really know how I feel about it. Like, it's fine, but I think that they were just teasing us a bit too much.
Yeah.
Because it was stuff that the actors were saying as well. Oh, there's going to be a big surprise cameo. You'll never see it coming. Stuff like that.
I felt a bit bad for Elizabeth Olsen when she got asked about the Luke Skywalker one. She sort of had to say yes, because if she said no, everyone would have been a bit like, oh, well, no one big's going to turn up then. So I felt a bit bad for her. Paul Bettany, no. That man dug himself a hole.
Well, you see, I mean, there are people think that Captain America is going to be in the last episode because of something that Wyatt Russell said. And after WandaVision, I'm like, I do not expect him to show up at all.
Well, didn't Kevin Feige also come out and say something like, nothing too huge is going to happen for the people who don't watch the TV shows? Pretty sure he said something along those lines. And it's like, well, yeah. What is your favourite final battle in a superhero movie? I think the forest scene from Logan. Well, it's gotta be Endgame, isn't it?
I was just thinking that it kind of feels a bit like a cheat, though, to say that. I agree.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I mean, without Endgame, I don't know what I'd pick.
The Logan one is good. It's not my favorite, but
no, it wouldn't be my favorite. See, I really like the Winter Soldier one with the helicarriers. That one's awesome.
I also think the final battle in Thor Ragnarok's really good as well.
Oh, so good with the Led Zeppelin music playing when he lands. So good. Yeah. Yeah, I suppose you can't count Civil War because the airport one isn't actually at the end, is it?
No, but I think until Avengers Endgame, that was my favorite scene in a Marvel film.
Yeah, that was really epic. I still remember sitting there in the cinema like, wow, this is happening. I think my favorite battle in Lord of the Rings films is the Battle of the Two Towers. Breathtaking. Yeah. That was awesome. I always remember that bit where what's his name? What's the Orlando Bloom's character called?
Legolas.
That's it. When he's going down on the shield shooting the arrow, I was like, oh man, that's badass.
Yeah. But I still think that my favorite battles are in Return of the King, but there's no wrong answer really.
No, I love the charge scene in Return of the King.
Yeah.
That was epic. I love that.
Yeah.
Detachment is on my watch list. Very nice. The part where Wolverine screams and runs to help his daughter, I was like, oh, bad guys are in trouble. Yeah.
That was actually, going to see Logan was actually the first 4D.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, and that was a weird experience.
I can imagine the last 20 minutes of that film were a bit mental.
Yeah, because you're just constantly getting thrown around in your seat. And the thing which I like 4D. I went to see Jurassic Park last year.
That's what I've seen in 4D.
Yeah, which I think I preferred. But there was always this kind of, it felt like someone was kicking the back of your seat.
Yeah.
In the film, and I'm like, That's
Yeah.
really annoying.
Ryan said because you had the blowy thing as well. He was like, I thought someone was blowing the whole time behind me. I was like, there weren't no one behind us. Are you guys looking forward to the Hunger Games? Sorry, I can't speak. Prequels. Um, did you enjoy the past 4 movies? I'm actually not sure how you feel about the Hunger Games films.
I actually like them.
Hmm.
Um, I really like the second one. I think Catching Fire is my favorite.
Hmm.
And I actually really like the first part of Mockingjay,
Okay.
which I know not everyone does.
Hmm.
And then I think that the first Hunger Games and the last one are okay, but
Hmm.
the middle two are my favorite.
Okay. See, my favorite's the first one, but I do like 2 a lot. Personally, I hate the double parter finale.
That's
I, I
fair enough.
I just really don't like them.
Mm,
And that's what sort of is making me say I'm not really looking forward to the prequels. But you know, if they're good, they're good. I'm I'm excited because we'll see other characters. I didn't really care for Katniss. I didn't think she was a
yeah,
great lead character. So I think it'll be interesting to see some new characters.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, it should be good. I mean, the director, because I think it's the same director who did
Mm,
the last
I think
3.
I'm free. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And he's directed some really good films, and then he's also directed some not good films. So
Yeah.
who
It's gonna
knows?
It's going to be interesting. It's a bit of a shame the first director hasn't done any more of it. Because I thought he captured like the creepy side of the Hunger Games really well.
Yeah, they're not good 4K transfers though.
Oh, aren't they? Oh
Well,
yeah.
I mean, I've only seen the first one in 4K,
Hmm.
but it did not look any different to the Blu-ray.
No, the first film has a very different feel to it, a very different visual style, I
Yeah,
suppose. So maybe the next ones might be better.
yeah,
But
hopefully.
hot take, I think I prefer Us over Get Out. Both amazing films, but I think Us is a bit more rewatchable and has a better twist, in my opinion.
I actually agree with that. I
Oh, okay.
very
Hmm.
slightly. There's like 0.5 between them.
Yeah.
I think I gave Us like a 9, and
Hmm.
I gave Get Out an 8.5. So I love both of them, but I slightly
Yeah.
prefer Us.
Oh, fair enough. I mean, I'm sort of the same, but I prefer Get Out. But it is only by a little notch. I do really like Us as well. Um, they're both excellent movies.
Yeah.
I guess that even though you love Star Wars, I don't think you're excited for the sequel trilogy podcast episode. Just an assumption, yeah. Not really. I don't know when we're planning to do that. That will be our next Star Wars topic, though. Or no, it might be Bad Batch next, actually, when that ends. But I'm sure the Bad Batch one will be fine because I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, the sequel one's going to be interesting.
Yes.
Hi guys, have you seen Beautiful Boy with Steve Carell? One of my favorites, 28. I actually haven't. I really need to because I hear it's amazing.
Yes, I've seen it. It is a really good film.
Yeah, Ryan keeps telling me to watch it as well.
Yeah. It wasn't one of my absolute favorites of that year, but it was
Hmm.
probably in my top 20, I'd say.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Fair enough. I did own it, so I really need. I think it's on my uh Blu-ray stand out in the hallway, so I really need to pull it out and watch it.
Hmm.
I have the Godzilla 2014 4K coming tomorrow. I can't wait to get my hands on it. And I watched Promising Young Woman. And it was really good, and I really enjoyed it. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen Promising Young Woman. So,
It's good.
mhm,
I I th- I think I'm slightly I don't think I like it as much as a lot of people, but it's
mhm,
still a really good film. I would
yeah.
recommend it, but I don't think it's quite best picture worthy.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I will. I might get around to watching it at some point. Um,
Carrie Mulligan is amazing in it.
yeah, I yeah, I've heard she's really good in it. Actually, to be fair. But yeah, no, I might get around to watching it eventually. But yeah, the Godzilla 2014 edition you've got coming there is awesome. I've got that. It's
Mm.
fantastic. Um, hello, sorry I'm late. No problem at all. Um, can you imagine Clive Owen as Bond? Can't,
Am I,
yeah.
am I being stupid? I don't know who that is. I'm just looking him up.
I'll put it this way: I can't imagine him as Bond.
Oh, yeah, I know him. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I guess maybe. I don't know. That's the
She's
IMDb picture.
yeah,
I can see why someone might say him.
yeah. I suppose he has the look, just a slightly older one, I guess.
Yeah.
I would enjoy the MCU films. A film on Silver Surfer. There could be a comedic relationship between Surfer and Galactus. Also, would be a good way to start off the introduction of the Fantastic Four. I don't know about Silver Surfer getting his own movie.
And I definitely don't think that they'd introduce Fantastic Four with
No,
a Silver Surfer movie.
no, and I don't think they'd. I don't want to disagree with almost everything in this comment, but I don't think they'd want to, especially have Galactus doing comedic stuff, because surely he will be a big threat at some point in the MCU.
Yes. He might be the next big bad like Thanos was.
Maybe. I know they're doing Kang the Conqueror though, aren't they?
Oh,
In
yeah. Yeah. So,
Ant-Man's.
yeah.
I think it'll be Kang. I think that's right. Is it Kang?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's him, who I know nothing about. And then I'm guessing maybe Galactus might start to come into the mix.
Mm.
It'd be cool to have two big bads about at the same time. There's the
Yeah.
thing with Thanos. Thanos was like the only one, really, if you think about it. I mean, I know there are other, like Ego was out there, and then
Yeah.
the guy who calls his Ragnarok.
Mm.
But to have like two real big ones from the comics about at the same time would be interesting.
I don't think that they will spend as long because technically Thanos was kind of had a presence for like 18 films. I don't think that Kang will.
No, I think he might be, because I think Avengers 5 is going to be a ways off. I think he'll be a big build up, but he will be dealt with in Avengers 5, I reckon. Might be my prediction. Did you watch the BAFTAs on BBC One?
No. I don't watch many award shows. The only one I watch is the Oscars.
I'll see the BAFTAs is the only one I watch, just because I can never stay up for the Oscars. I wish I could, because the Oscars are obviously the main ones, but the BAFTAs are the only ones that I could get close to watching. So, but yeah, they're all right, I guess. Hi guys, I just watched Love and Monsters and was pleasantly surprised. Have you seen it yet?
Yes.
Yeah. What did you think of it?
I really liked it. I do. I want to watch it again because myself and I'm presuming you the Jack Sparrow way last year.
Yeah.
But now that it's on Netflix, I do want to watch it again because I really liked it.
Yeah, I reckon that film's gonna look great in 4K. I really enjoyed it as well. Considering it's such a small budget, I really wasn't expecting much, but wow, the monsters looks awesome, I thought.
Yes, and there's a surprising level of emotion to it as well, which I wasn't expecting.
No, I agree, and there was like a real quirky sense of humor to it as well at times, which I really appreciated.
Yeah, it's just a shame because Michael Rooker was in it, but he wasn't in it that much. I thought he'd be in it a lot more than he was.
Yeah, it was interesting. They sort of left it open at the end there with him, like for a sequel. So
yeah,
maybe
he kind of disappeared from the film.
Yeah, it was really odd. He sort of vanished and then come back for that small scene, didn't he? So it was like, I think that was their way of going, it does well enough. Here's your sequel.
Hopefully, I don't know how much it made, but hopefully it did well enough.
No, I mean, that's the thing. Do they take into consideration, like, oh, this film come out in COVID, so it done well for that?
I think so. I think
hope,
that.
Yeah, I hope so, because I'd like to see a sequel.
But also, even if a film doesn't do amazing, but it was received well, like Love and Monsters was, then they know that more people will see a sequel. So there's hope.
That's true. Yeah, I'm keeping my fingers crossed for another one because I did have a really good time with that movie.
Yeah.
Who would you cast as the Fantastic Four? I would like to see Michael Chiklis play the Thing again. Oh, I'm okay. He did the part so well. Plus, the physical costume looks great over CGI. Well, I'm gonna disagree with that. I thought the costume looked fucking awful.
Yeah, me too.
But that is just my opinion. Um, I mean, I suppose he could come back. I mean, they've got like J.K. Simmons back as um J. Jonah Jameson, but I'd personally rather him just do a new slate.
Yeah, yeah, me too. And I think they will.
Yeah. Do you have like a cast that you'd like in the role?
Well, I mean, John Krasinski,
Yeah, that one's the
Emily
obvious.
Blunt.
Hmm.
I also really like. I know you've been saying Zac Efron.
Yeah.
I agree with. I don't really have one for the thing though. I don't know.
No. Is it weird? I'd really like the three you've just said, of course. Is it weird? The guy who plays Hank in Breaking Bad is the thing. I know he's like older than the rest, but I got
I
him
can
in
see
my
that.
mind lately.
Yeah,
I
I
think
can
he'd
see
be
that.
cool. He'd have the voice so well, I reckon.
Hmm.
Hello, Mr. Movie Line. New Shang-Chi trailer is out. Anyone gonna watch it? Yeah, I think we'll both be watching that movie.
Yep, absolutely. Day one.
Absolutely. Have you guys got plans upgrading your entire Blu-ray collections to 4K? Not entire collection.
No, that would be far too expensive.
Yeah, there are a few that I want to get. Like I was saying earlier on the stream with Alex, I want to get the Game of Thrones set, but I wanted to get that. I wanted to get the box set anyways, just to condense the collection, so it's not taking up so much room. But I'd rather the 4K collection looks nicer.
Yeah,
It's obviously going to be better quality. And there's just a couple odd films in the collection which I'd still like to upgrade, like the Blade Runner films, The Martian, a few odds and sods.
there are a few. And there's stuff like I'm getting the Indiana Jones one.
Yeah, that looks really nice.
Yeah, I don't know why. I can hear myself
Okay,
now.
I can't hear you. So,
Okay.
oh no, I mean sorry, I can't hear like
Yeah.
repeats of it. Sorry.
No, that's fine. I'll deal with it.
Okay. Alright. Watched Underwater today and it was brilliant. Have you guys seen it? Is this the Kristen Stewart movie?
Yeah,
Yeah. Have you seen it?
I have not seen it. I heard it was decent.
There are some aspects about it I love. Like I genuinely felt so claustrophobic watching it. But then about halfway through it, the film goes a bit weird, I think.
Mm.
And it makes some decisions which I wouldn't have done.
Mm.
So.
Question though, is Kristen Stewart good in it?
Not really. I mean, is she ever? I don't know. I don't know if I'm being too harsh here, but I never find her that good in anything I've seen her in. I'm trying to think if I've ever seen a film with her in where I've gone, good performance, Kristen Stewart.
Well, that's the weird thing though. That's why I was asking, because I agree with you. Although, even though I didn't like the film that much, I thought she was decent in Charlie's Angels.
I don't know. I think I disagree. I didn't like her much in that.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not a huge fan on her. I find her so awkward all the time.
Mm. She was good. I think that have you seen Fincher's Panic Room?
No, I haven't. No.
Because that was a very early film. That was in the early 2000s, so she's quite young. But I thought she was pretty good in that film.
Okay. Is she playing like? I forget who it is now. Isn't she playing like really iconic, famous person?
Yes.
Is it is it
Is it Margaret or is it Diana? I can't remember.
Oh, it might be Diana. Yeah. It's I don't know about that. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Nah, can see some people having the ump over that. I recommend the movie Breakdown. It's really simple yet entertaining. Kurt Russell movie. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a Blu-ray release yet. Oh well, hey, Kurt Russell. He normally goes over well.
Yep, can't go wrong with Kurt Russell.
No, he's really good. Thoughts on Falcon and the Winter Soldier so far? I mean, we've both sort of covered this already. I like it. It's good, but it's not blowing me away.
Yeah, and I've only seen 2 episodes. One of which I liked. I liked the first one. Not so keen on the second one.
No. Have you guys seen? Oh, I got rid of it. Have you guys seen Promising Young Woman? Yes, we literally just spoke about this one.
Yeah, yeah, it's a good film. It is a good film.
Yeah. What's your favorite TV show?
Breaking Bad.
I really struggle because I do want to say Game of Thrones because the first 4 seasons are still the best TV I've ever watched, but
Yeah.
I think Breaking Bad is more consistent.
Yeah.
And then there's just like I love Black Sails and Peaky Blinders as well.
Mm.
And then in the back of my head, like Doctor Who and The Office, the US Office, are just sitting there because they're so perfect. I can't say a show. I can't. I could do movies so much easier, but TV shows I can't say a favorite. Okay, this is interesting. How would you rank the Arrow, HMV premiums, and Criterions? Oh, and the HMV collectible slips. I'm guessing you mean like the horror ones that I get. Like, how would you rank them?
Okay. Well, I mean, for myself, I don't have any HMV premiums, and I don't have any of the HMV collectible slips, but I've seen them, so I guess I can still rank them.
Yeah.
I would personally go Criterions.
Are we going by packaging though, or like types of movies?
I was going by packaging.
Okay, all
Because
right.
the movies are all over the place.
Yeah.
Really. Criterions, then probably Arrow, then HMV premiums, then the collectible slips. Although Arrow and HMV premiums are, they could change.
Yeah. I'm tempted to go Arrow first, just because when they bring a film out, they do the box set, don't they? That runs for only a limited time on a new movie. I think I might go Arrow, then Criterion, then HMV premiums, and then the collectible slips. Hello, Luke. How are you doing, my friend?
Luke.
What is your favorite DCU score? I think Man of Steel. I can't say the DCU scores stand out to me too much.
No, they don't. The only one which does stand out to me is Man of Steel.
Man of Steel, yeah.
I have to say that by default, really.
Yeah. No worries, Joe. Thank you for coming by, my friend. Who would win in a fight between Yoda, Thor, and Gandalf?
Thor, he's a god.
I don't know. I sort of think Yoda might have that one. I think
that was my first. That was my first thought.
Yeah,
Yoda can do anything.
I feel like with the Force, pretty Star Wars characters normally pretty OP because they got the Force.
and even though he's little, we've seen what he can do. He's good with his lightsaber.
Yeah, that man knows what he's doing. He does. He survived Dooku and Palpatine, for God's sakes. Homecoming or Far From Home? I mean, for me, Homecoming, easy.
We disagree on this one. I slightly prefer Far From Home.
I like Far From Home a lot. I just think the last act kind of bottled it for me a bit. I really liked it in the cinema, but I've just rewatched it a few times and I'm like, oh, I don't love it as much anymore.
I don't have an answer why I prefer Far.
Oh, just cut out there. You there?
Okay, we're back.
There we go.
Okay, yeah, I don't really know why I prefer Far From Home. I like both of the films. I just get a little bit more enjoyment out of Far From Home.
That's fair. Yeah, they're both good movies. I like them both a lot. Favorite Pixar movie?
Toy Story 3.
I like that movie. That's a good movie. I'd go Finding Nemo.
That is my second favorite.
Oh, very nice. To be fair, Toy Story 3 is high on my list as well. I love that movie. If The Bad Batch is going to be around 14 episodes, we are going to get Black Widow, episode 5 of Loki, episode 12 of The Bad Batch on July 9th. Oh, well, that'll be a fun day. Yeah. The Bad Batch, it's crazy. The first episode is going to be like 70 minutes.
Yeah.
And then 14 episodes.
I don't know how I'm gonna. I hope it's good, but
I think it will be.
Well, I know that we disagree a bit because you liked the Clone Wars episodes, didn't you? with the
I
bad
liked
guy.
them. I didn't love them. They were good. They were entertaining, but
I struggled to get through those episodes,
oh
honestly.
really? Oh, I really enjoyed them. I like because I listened. It's Legends now, but I remember listening to an audiobook about the Techno Union. Like the Wat Tambor, the robot guy, and all of his weird droids. So I was really excited to go there. So I was really happy to finally see something there.
Mm.
But no, I quite enjoyed them. To be fair, I think the thing is because they were being animated for season 6. Those episodes, you can see early animations for it. I think Disney told them to make it 4 episodes because I think they were like, right, make it longer because we want this to be our next show. So I think they did stretch it out.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be really good though. I think the show will be really good.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite movie you have watched recently?
Oh,
No, I think I would be tempted to say the first film in my samurai set that you got me. That was really good.
nice. I don't know if he means new film or just a film that,
Oh, yeah.
because the other day I rewatched Birdman, which I
Oh,
love. So that's my favorite film that I've watched recently. I think, James, have you frozen? I think it's James that's frozen.
James, have you frozen?
Because I'm talking on YouTube. James. Shall we carry on with the oh, this is awkward, isn't it? Oh, James has dropped out. Well, oh no. Oh no. James has had a power cut. Oh no. Okay, and my fiance has messaged me saying James looks constipated. And Archie's messaged me, Film Geek, saying Death Stare 2.0. And I can't bring the comments up. I can see the comments, but I can't bring them up. Oh dear. This is awkward. Yes, Archie, a power cut. Hold on. Oh no. Okay. He sent me a photo. I don't know if you can see. No internet. Right. Well, that was good timing. We've probably lost all of the viewers. I'm going to answer a couple of the questions though. Can I scroll up? Where do we get to? So to answer your question, Luke, because that's the first one I'm seeing, Birdman. Also, I watched Collateral. I don't know if anyone's seen that Tom Cruise film from about the mid 2000s with Jamie Foxx. Really good film. Michael Miners says, "What's your least favorite show?" Mrs. Brown's Boys or South Park. Not a fan of those. Meg's Movies says, "Thank you for answering my question. Some great choices there. My choices are The Mask, Back to the Future, Lilo and Stitch, Labyrinth, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Some good films are there. Back to the Future is one of my favorite films of all time. Lilo and Stitch is really good. Labyrinth is a childhood classic. I used to watch that all the time with my sister. Darrow Baldacchino, Baldacchino, apologies. What I could never understand when watching the Hobbit films is why they added CGI to Legolas's face. I don't know what the point was. Found it very distracting. I could be wrong with my assumptions. That's never something that I've noticed. I kind of like the Hobbit films. I'm not going to lie. Favorite movie quote for me, it's a tie between Hasta la vista, baby. This is Sparta. Particular set of skills. Back to formula. Wakanda forever. What's my favorite line? I don't know if I have a favorite movie line. I don't know. Film Geek says, have you seen any David Lynch films or Twin Peaks? I recommend all of it. No, the only Lynch thing I've seen is What Did Jack Do? And I wasn't a massive fan. James isn't going to be with us for a while. He says he can't do anything on his computer at the moment. He can't get back on StreamYard. I'm just messaging him. Apologies, this is very unprofessional. I've taken over your stream. I don't know if James can see this. I don't know if maybe he's using data to watch the stream. But yes. Everyone, subscribe to my channel. Self-promotion. Bro says, thoughts on Empire of the Sun. Watched it 2 days ago and loved it. Underrated Spielberg film. Not one that I've seen. I love Spielberg. He's my favorite director, but I haven't seen all of his films. And Empire of the Sun is one that I have not watched yet. I was telling James before the stream, it's been a long day at work. This is going to keep me going. I'm like Sean Chandler. I need these to talk fast. The View with Drew says, what's a movie score you think is underrated? I think 2 underrated scores are Maze Runner 1 and Incredible Hulk. I don't have any underrated ones off the top of my head. All of my favorite film scores are classics. Star Wars, Jurassic Park, Back to the Future. They're not underrated. They're classics. And 1917 and Joker had really good scores. I don't know if they're underrated, though, because I believe they got nominated for it. So there's that. Daru says, I recommend The Green Mile. It's genuinely one of the best things I've ever watched. I love The Green Mile. I only saw it for the first time a few months ago. I do actually have a review for it on my channel, and I love that film. Reese says, opinions on upgrading to 4K in general, even when you don't have a 4K player. I would recommend it because even if you don't have one now, and even if you've got no immediate plan to upgrade to 4K, that's the way it's going. Like, most TVs that you pick up now are 4K, and your TV isn't going to last forever. So eventually you will have a 4K TV, and eventually things, I don't know if you're a gamer, but the PS5 has a 4K player. A lot of consoles will have 4K players. 4K, your Blu-ray player, whatever you've got, won't last forever. Eventually, you'll probably pick up a 4K player. Eventually, everyone will have 4K. And although there isn't, like, DVD to Blu-ray had a bigger jump up in quality, but Blu-ray to 4K still does have a jump up, so I recommend it. Stuff like Ready Player One looks amazing in 4K. Adam Wilk says, what's the best horror film you two have seen in the past 10 years? 10 years. The Conjuring springs to mind, or The Babadook. I prefer The Babadook. Is that a horror? I guess it's kind of psychological horror. Yeah, I'm gonna, off the top of my head, I'm gonna say The Babadook, although there's probably some other ones. Joe says, went to CX on Friday and had loads of Blu-rays and DVD and games. Nice, that's always a fun time. Movie Cave is here. Hello, my friend. Evening, gents. Thank you both for following my Instagram and my new YouTube channel. No problem. If anyone hasn't followed him, Movie Cave, get at it. He's only done one video, but it was very, very entertaining. James says, trying to reconnect. I'm going to give it another go at rebooting. No problem, James. I'm answering the questions for you. Darrow says, what would you give Cloverfield out of 10? An 8. Solid 8. I actually prefer 10 Cloverfield Lane. I'd give that like a 9. Love that film. The Cloverfield Paradox was not good. I'd give that like a 4. Not good film. The View with Drew says, J.K. Simmons is fantastic as J. Jonah Jameson. Absolutely, 100% he is. Dario says, I actually imagine Michael Rooker as the Thing. I can see that. Yeah, he might be a bit old, but then how old is the Thing? I don't know. That may be a good thing. Where are we? The viewer Drew says, I can't imagine Zac Efron playing a superhero. That's fair enough, but I could never imagine Robert Pattinson playing Batman, but I think he's going to be a really good Batman. So I would trust them. If they went with Zac Efron, which there's no saying that they would, I would trust their decision. Joe says, what is Alex's favorite musical behind La La Land and Sing Street? You've obviously been watching these streams too much, because those are absolutely my two favorite musicals. Do you know what? I have a soft spot for the second Mamma Mia. If Tara's watching, she knows how much I love Lily James. Moulin Rouge is a really good musical. I feel like I'm missing a big one that I love. What musicals do I like? Since I'm the only one in the stream, I don't really want to look up like a list of musicals. Off the top of my head, I will say Moulin Rouge. Darrow says Cloverfield or A Quiet Place. I'll go Cloverfield, don't kill me. Although I like Cloverfield a lot, I would go A Quiet Place. Joe says, I just killed a moth. That wasn't very nice. Could have caught it and put it outside. What time are we on? 8:41. So we're slowly catching up on these comments. I guess the fact that it's just me helps. Movie Cave, by the way, thank you. He sent me a message on Instagram. Well done for keeping the stream going, mate. Technology sometimes. Absolutely. I got worried for a second because it's usually my internet that craps out. And when because James froze on my screen, but that sometimes happens even if I'm the one that's frozen on YouTube. So fortunately, it's not me for once. Although I kind of wish it was me, because James could be bringing these questions up on the screen, and I can't do that. Yeah, no update from James at the moment. He still says he's going to give it another go at rebooting. No worries, James. Just completed the White Walker says, just completed my Marvel collection with all those special slips from HMV. Buzzing, mate. Nice. That is always nice. Darrow says, top 5 streaming services. I mean, I don't think I'm subscribed to more than 5 streaming services. Netflix is number 1. I still think they're the king. Amazon Video, Disney Plus, Now TV. Although I'm not over the moon with Now TV, I have to say. They've got some good stuff on there, but they charge you extra per month just to watch stuff in HD. And I just don't really like the format of their app or their website or anything like that. But I like the content. I mean, there are some free ones like BBC iPlayer and ITV, but I don't think that's what you're asking. Question for Alex. Which movie do you think is worse, X-Men Origins Wolverine or Dark Phoenix? Do you know what? I'm going to fully admit it. I have not seen Dark Phoenix. It's the only X-Men film that I haven't seen. Me and my fiance plan to watch it in 2019 because we both really like X-Men. And then the reviews were just terrible. I do own the Blu-ray. I owned it since it came out, and I just still haven't watched it. Origins Wolverine was not that good, though. Joe says, somebody from next door is banging my wall. It's irritating me. And go around there and slap them in the face. Don't do that. I hope you know sarcasm. Don't do that. And don't slap them in the face and then say, Alex's Movie Corner told me to do this. I'm getting loads of messages, but I'm keep on checking to see if they are to do with this, and they're not. Where did we get to? The viewer Drew, what are your thoughts on the Wolverine? I think it's underrated. I do not like that film that much, honestly. James Mangold's worst film, I'd say. Darrow, what illegal thing would you do if the purge was real? I'd probably just block my doors and pirate some films. Well, you can pirate films anyway. The police aren't going to come and arrest you. Yeah, I wouldn't do anything illegal. I would stay inside and protect myself from the people that do want to do illegal stuff. Joe says, I picked up the Mission Impossible 1 to 4 on Blu-ray because I own Rogue Nation on Blu-ray and Fallout on DVD, and it's so hard to close. Do you mean the Blu-ray box set is hard to close? Not quite sure what you mean. But I will say, Mission Impossible, I really like all of them apart from 2. Darrow says, director swap, Fincher's Prisoners or Villeneuve's Seven. Oh, they are both. That is like a perfect one because I don't give many 10 out of 10s. Prisoners and Seven are both 10 out of 10 films for me. I'm going to go Fincher's Prisoners. Best 4K Blu-rays in your opinion? I would say Ready Player One, Mulan, the live-action Lion King. I keep saying live action. It's not live action. It's still animated, but the remake of the Lion King. What else? There's loads. Joker. Joker looks amazing on 4K. There are some other really good ones. Stand By Me looks so good. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. A lot of the Marvel ones, Thor, Iron Man 3, and the first Avengers look so good in 4K. So they're just a few. Reese says, thanks for that, Alex. Shame we can't get James's opinion on it. Yes, if he joins us at some point. Oh, he says, sorry, mate, you might want to finish up the stream without me. I don't think I'm coming back. I can't finish the stream without him. I think he has to finish it because it's his stream. Oh, this is awkward. But I mean, I was literally just saying James will be back to answer all of these questions. Maybe he won't be. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna look on YouTube to see how many people are still watching us. There's probably like 5 watching us. I know you're all here for James. There's 24 people watching. 20 and oh, I'm gonna show that. Sorry, I'm just doing my moderator business as well because I'm the moderator for the stream. I've already had to moderate partway through the stream. Right, well, he says nothing is working, but since we've got 24 people watching, and we don't usually finish till like 9:15, 9:30, I'm going to carry on for a bit. Sorry, James, I've hijacked your stream, but I can't end this stream. Like, I can leave the stream myself, but there will literally just be a black screen broadcasting to YouTube. So I think that it's probably better if you've at least got my face. I know it's not the best thing to look at. I know you're all here for James, but it's better me talking about films than a black screen for ages. Darrow says top 3 most underrated Spielberg movies. Bridge of Spies. I haven't seen all of his films again. I haven't seen a lot of his earlier films. Bridge of Spies is so good. Maybe Jewel. And Ready Player One, I'm going to class as underrated because a lot of people like it, but I think it's his best film since Schindler's List. I honestly do. So I'm going to say those. But The Post as well was really good. And the BFG was awesome. No, it wasn't. It was good. It was good. And I know a lot of people don't like that. Luke says, this is unfortunate to happen to James on his own channel. Gutted, Alex. You are now the new James Lack, aka Moviebug 2, lol. Well, I mean, James has almost 3,500 subscribers, and I am on about 430. So if all of those subscribers want to jump over to my channel, I will be more than happy to accommodate you. Do you have a favorite independent physical media shop? What do you mean by that? Maybe I'm being stupid. I don't know what you mean by that. I'm guessing that's not something like HMV. I'm guessing that you mean something that that's not as high end, kind of, as HMV. Which score? David says, which Scorsese film do you prefer, Taxi Driver or Raging Bull? I've actually not seen Raging Bull. but I really like Taxi Driver. It's hard to say because I haven't seen Raging Bull. I have a feeling I will probably prefer Taxi Driver, but I can't say because I haven't seen Raging Bull. I do have the Blu-ray though. The viewer Drew says, have you seen An American Werewolf in London? I think it's a great movie, but the transformation scene looked painful. Yes, I was very kindly sent An American Werewolf in London as subscriber mail by the wonderful Movie Worm. That's a really, really good film. It does look painful, that transformation scene. David says, best weird movie. I love 12 Monkeys, Requiem for a Dream, Being John Malkovich, and A Ghost Story. Requiem for a Dream is a fantastic film. What do you mean by a weird movie, though? Out of those ones that you've said, I've only seen Requiem. I don't like stealing people's answers, but I might have to. Although, again, it's hard thinking on the spot. I'm sure there's something. I may come back to this. I feel like I've got an answer buried in there. Where did we get to? Luke's question is just permanently on the screen now. Where did we get to? Cinematic Art 88 says West Side Story is an excellent musical. I need to see that film. Hope that Spielberg does a good job with the remake. I trust Spielberg. I honestly do. I know a lot of people think that he's kind of gone downhill lately. I honestly don't. I don't think I've ever seen a bad film from Spielberg. Again, I haven't seen films like 1941, which I heard isn't great. But I really like Spielberg. I love him. He's my favorite director. But I probably will watch West Side Story before his remake. Pick a US city that you would visit when you come to the States for the first time. I've always wanted to go to Florida. I don't know why, apart from the fact that I've just seen it and it just looks amazing. And James was referencing the Florida Project earlier, which I love. I don't know why. I've always just wanted to go to Florida, but I'm sure there's loads of amazing places. James is telling me to just leave the stream. Well, we'll get through the questions. Sorry, guys. I know that this is very unprofessional, me texting while doing this, but tech issues, come on. Armani says Angelina Jolie or Margot Robbie. Margot Robbie. What, are you talking about looks or acting talent? I know for acting, most people might go Angelina Jolie, but in terms of appearance and talent, I would actually go Margot Robbie for both of them. The Wolf of Wall Street, she's so good in that film, and it's not just because she takes the clothes off. She's so good in that film. The viewer Drew, do you find redeeming qualities in X-Men Origins Wolverine, or do you find everything about it bad? There are redeeming qualities. I think Hugh Jackman's pretty good in that film, and I don't think it's boring. Like, to me, it's a terribly made film. It's a really poorly made film, but I don't think it's boring. So I rated it a lot higher than I would if I find a film just boring. Like, for instance, I watched on Easter Sunday The Last Temptation of Christ. I'm not religious, but I wanted to watch that because I had it on Criterion, by Martin Scorsese. I'm trying to get through all of Scorsese films. It was a far better made film than X-Men Origins Wolverine, but I actually gave it a lower score because I just found it incredibly dull and boring. So, yeah. I've seen 25 movies this year, and I care a lot. Do you mean that I Care a Lot is your favorite? I think so. Your thoughts on the greatness of that film I wouldn't say that it's my favorite. It's a really, really good film, though. Let me just get my Letterboxd list for the year up. Oh, James is sending me a photo again. Connection problem. James isn't coming back tonight, guys. I apologize. I bet by this point we're down to like 5 people. Where is my 20? Here we go. So I've seen 24 films this year, or 24 releases that I class as 2021. Because some films like Love and Monsters, which came out in the UK in 2021, they're on my 2020 list, just the way that I do it, because they came out first in 2020 in the country that they were made, America. If that makes sense. So I've seen 24 films that I count as UK 2021 releases. Judas and the Black Messiah is my favorite, followed by Little Fish. That is an incredibly underrated film from this year. So good. Then Malcolm and Marie. Then The Map of Tiny Perfect Things is at number 4. Really, really good film. Then Raya and the Last Dragon. Then I Care a Lot is at number 6, which is pretty good. 6 out of 24 is really good. But I wouldn't say that I've seen any incredible films. Like Judas and the Black Messiah and Little Fish are my 2 favorites, but they're like 8.5 out of 10. I'm waiting for that like 9 out of 10 film to come along. The View with Drew, what are your top 5 superhero casting choices? Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, Chris Evans as Captain America, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. I'm gonna throw in JJ as or J.K. Simmons as JJ. I need a 5th one. Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say off the top, because the thing is, as well, apart from, I would say out of those, the only one that I actually legitimately think nobody else could play is Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. Everyone else, I think that we just associate them. Like I say, Chris Evans as Captain America. I love him. He's my favorite character in the MCU, but that's just because we're used to him playing it. I think that if they'd cast someone else like Wyatt Russell, who is Captain America in Falcon and Winter Soldier, he almost got the role. He was runner up to Chris Evans, which is why they've now cast him in Falcon and Winter Soldier. I think that if we'd become accustomed to Wyatt Russell as Captain America from his 2011 film, I do think that we would, we'd be used to him as Captain America. But he chimes in with, my top 5 are Wolverine 1, Iron Man at 2, Black Panther at 3. That's a really good one as well. Deadpool at 4 and Star-Lord at 5. Yeah, I like Chris Pratt as Star-Lord, but I do think other people could probably play that as well. Archie is saying, oh no, Alex, I'm here for you, Alex. Don't worry. Thank you, Archie, my friend. I really, really appreciate it. I'm going to do another check to see how many people are watching. If we drop down to like 10 people, I would probably end the stream. But if we're still on loads of people, let's have a look. What are we on? 25 of you are watching me. My subscribers have gone up loads. I'm checking right now. Everyone, you've got 10 seconds to subscribe to me, and then I'll be checking to see how many subscribers I've got. Maybe you can video chat with James and show him the stream, just an option. That would be an option, except I've sent him a message on Messenger and it hasn't even gone through to him. Oh no, I tell a lie, it has now. But I think he's trying to sort it out. I think he's watching this. James, if you're watching this and you want to be on my phone on video, let me know. But I want to leave him to kind of sort it out if he can. David says, best underrated, worst Bradley Cooper film, Minor Place Beyond the Pines, Burnt, Hangover Part 3. Best, A Star is Born. Underrated. Ooh, that's hard. Burnt. Burnt is a very underrated film, but I really like The Place Beyond the Pines, and I feel like that's quite underrated. I'm gonna agree with you that Burnt is his most underrated, and for worst, Hangover Part. No, I don't know why I was typing in Hangover. Bradley Cooper. Ooh, Silver Linings Playbook is so good, and so is American Sniper, and so is American Hustle. Haven't seen The Mule. War Dogs is really good. 10 Cloverfield Lane, I forgot he was in that. Joy was good. Wet Hot. I'd be tempted to say Aloha, but I haven't seen it. I've just heard that it's terrible. Man. I don't think I've seen a bad Bradley Cooper film, because I don't love Hangover 2 and 3, but I don't think they're bad. But I will join you. One of the Hangover sequels I will say is his worst. They're both on the same level for me. Erin says, can he not just use his mobile data on his phone to access the stream? He did send me a message about that, but I'm trying not to focus too much on my phone. What did he say? The internet on my phone is too weak to let me do anything, and the internet in the whole house is down. So I guess not. By the way, if you guys on James's channel haven't seen this, do you like my t-shirt? Wrong side. Blue Tuber family. I feel like that's what we are at this point, as Vin Diesel would say. Family. I would show you the back, but I'm not taking my top off on stream. It's got a photo of my logo and my channel and a YouTube sign. If you guys know my channel, and I've just remembered I was going on YouTube to see how many subscribers I've got now. I've gone up 0 subscribers. You must all be subscribed to me already. Love you. Best underrated, worst Michael Bay film. Mine are Bad Boys 1, The Island, Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. Best, I will say, best is a tie between Bad Boys, The Rock, and 13 Hours I really liked. I will say The Rock, but Bad Boys is so close. Underrated, The Island. I will actually agree with you on that. I really like that film. Transformers, or worst, Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. I've heard that The Last Night is just terrible. That's the only Transformers film I haven't seen. So as to the ones I have seen, I'm going to say Age of Extinction, the 4th one. Not a good film. Although, yeah, I'll stick with that. Dark of the Moon I wasn't a fan of either. Weird meaning avant-garde, I presume. I don't know what that's about. Ben Spears, worst movie scene ever. That's a hard one to do off the top of my head. Any scene in The Room? The infamous sex scene in The Room. Oh, that was pretty terrible. I don't know. I don't have an answer. Reese says, you're doing a great job, Alex. Don't worry. Thank you so much, my friend. It means a lot. I'm surprised that 25 people are still watching. I thought the numbers would have halved. Who knows? Maybe we had 50 people watching. I don't know. I'll come in instead of James, says Archie. I'm obviously far more popular. Archie, my friend, if I could invite you, I would. But it's James's stream. So I physically don't have the option to invite anyone. I'm sure James wouldn't mind, but I can't do that. Luke says this is a disaster for James. I bet he's really gutted right now. He's pulling his hair right now. This has happened to himself. Yes, I will message him after we've finished up here, and just, have a word with him, see if it's all good on his end. But if this was my stream, I would be pissed. So yes, Hopefully James is all right. David says, where to jump? What things about the movie Cherry did you like and what did you not like? I really enjoyed it. I don't hate Cherry. I gave it like a 6 out of 10, which is not a bad score at all. That's a decent score, but I don't love it or anything. To me, I know some people will say that 5 out of 10 is the borderline between liking a film and not liking a film. My line is 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 is whether I like the film or not, whether I'd recommend it or not. That's how Rotten Tomatoes works. So for me, I would just barely recommend Cherry, but it's not a high recommendation. I think that the first act of Cherry is really good. I think that the narrative is really strong in the first act. And the third act, I think, is decent. I just don't think it's as good as the first act. I didn't like the second act at all. I thought the second act was quite boring and way too long. I think the whole film was too long. And they did some really weird choices, like showing you a camera inside Tom Holland's bum. That film was directed by the same people who gave us Avengers Endgame. Then they showed us the inside of Spider-Man's ass. Oh dear, that was a strange choice. Amani says, best music choice for an opening scene. Not sure if this counts, but I'd say Reservoir Dogs when they're all walking down the street in slow-mo. Oh, that's a really good one. Best music choice for an opening scene. I don't know if this is a cheat because it's not the first scene, but it's very close to the beginning. Back to the Future, when Marty is going down on his skateboard to school with The Power of Love playing. I love that scene. I love that film. It's like my favorite film ever. It's up there. It's in my top 2. The viewer Jew, Hugh Jackman will always be Wolverine. No, he will not. Soon they will get someone else to play him, and then we will get used to someone else playing him. That's just how actors work. So, James, what is your favorite vinyl record in your collection? Well, unfortunately, James is not here to answer that question. Movies and Train Studio says, hello there. Hello, my friend. When did you put that in? 9 o'clock. So a few minutes ago. If you haven't gathered, James has had a power cut, so it's me running his stream. The Inspired Amateurs, old movies that are ruined by outdated attitudes. I don't have one off the top of my head. I feel bad saying that I don't have an answer to a question. Nothing like that ruins a film for me. It might detract a little bit. Nothing like that ruins a film, and I don't even have one off the top of my head that I can think of. Maybe if you have some, if you could throw some in, and I can say whether I agree or disagree. Off the top of my head, nothing is springing to mind. Look at this. Oh dear, I look like Justin Bieber. I need a haircut. Should I do the stream like this? Baby, baby, baby. Too much Red Bull. Sorry, James. I'm acting a bit crazy on your stream. Too much of the old energy drinks. Me and James are meeting up, by the way, next week, which will be amazing. I don't know if people may have picked up on that when we were talking about going Blu-ray hunting together. We're meeting up next week, a week on Saturday, 1st of May. By the way, I'm going to throw this out there to people. Maybe I shouldn't say this on a stream on the internet. So me and my amazing fiance thought that we could stay in a hotel, and this is nothing to do with movies, so apologies. I just want people's opinions. We thought that we'd be able to stay in a hotel when we're going to see James, so we booked things to do on the 30th, which is our anniversary. We're supposed to be going to a zoo. I've booked tickets to the zoo. It's non-refundable. I can't get the money back. 1st of May, we're going to London anyway to meet up with James. That's done. I booked the train tickets. 2nd of May, we're supposed to be going to Thorpe Park. Tickets are booked for that. Can't get my money back. You're not supposed... So I booked these, and then they said you can't stay in hotels until the middle of May. But I know people who are staying in hotels anyway. I don't know whether to just risk it and just stay in a hotel, even though we're not supposed to. I don't understand the problem. Because by then I will be living with my fiance because I'm moving in with her next week. I don't know. I don't know if people have opinions on this. You don't have to answer that because whatever. I'm just kind of throwing thoughts out there because we're getting to the end of the comments, and I will probably think about wrapping this stream up soon because I don't think James is coming back. It's 9:10 now. He's been gone for a good 20, 30 minutes, something like that. Darrow says, offensive movies, music. Music is the most offensive film that I've ever seen. As someone who has autism, if people don't know, I have autism, and music is about an autistic girl. The treatment of autism in that film is just horrible. If you want to know how bad it is, go to IMDb, search for music. That's the name of the film, music. Read the user reviews for that film. In fact, shall I read you my review? It's long, so I won't read all of it, but I will read some of it. Just because I was horrified by that film. Like they literally, the girl has a meltdown, and then to show how you deal with someone who's autistic who has a meltdown, they literally like rugby tackle her to the floor. It's just so offensive. You've reviewed this film. I know I have. Can I see my review, please? How do I can only review or log again. How do I view my previous review without going through all of the... Never mind, but if you're interested, go to Letterboxd, read my review for music. A Pitt 20, if people want to follow me. Just a terribly offensive film. Darrow, I suggest printing a picture of James really quick and putting it on your face. Boom, problem solved. I'm not as charismatic as James, though. You know, I have 431 subscribers. James has almost 3,500. He's been doing it for longer, but he's also better at it than me. So that wouldn't solve that problem. And also my printer's downstairs. Thoughts on... Darrow also says, thoughts on Annihilation. I hated that film. It's a well-made film, and I thought the first 2 acts were decent, but I genuinely despise the ending so much that it left a sour taste in my mouth. I really like that film. I really like it. Yeah, I don't have much to say other than I like it a lot. I believe that's the same director as Ex Machina. I do slightly prefer Ex Machina, but I love Annihilation. David says, are you planning to do a ranking of Michael Mann films one day? It's definitely a possibility. Sorry, James has just sent me 2 messages. He says, no worries, mate. My whole area has had power cuts, so just think I've got to wait for Virgin to get their shit together. Probably won't be for an hour or so. Just leave when you're done, and whenever my internet comes back, I'll end the stream. Might be in the morning. That will be a long stream. But surely, I know James said that he doesn't have data to actually join the stream. Surely he'd have enough data to just end the stream. That'd be awkward if people are tuning in to watch and yeah, and it's just a black screen. I'll get through these last questions because now is about the time where we would end anyway. So I'll get through these questions and we'll call it a day. But Michael Mann, I was checking, does he have any upcoming films? Because I always like to do a ranking unless it's something that isn't going to be like a franchise or a director that isn't going to have a film for a long time, if ever. Unless that's the case, I will do it to tie in with a film that's coming out so I can add their new film to the ranking. Does Michael Mann have any films coming out? Upcoming Project 5. Apparently, he's got a new film coming out this year called Tokyo Vice, but his last film was in 2015. It's possible, but I haven't seen... He hasn't done a ton of films. He's done a few. So I've seen Collateral. Love Collateral. I've seen... actually, I haven't actually seen Heat. I started it, I think. But then I just didn't watch it for whatever reason. Last of the Mohicans, haven't seen. Manhunter, The Keep. Thief is one that I really want to see. So when his new film comes out, I'm not saying definitely, but possibly. But Collateral is such a good film. Jamie says, have you seen RoboCop? Yes, I saw it for the first time about a month ago, I want to say. Yeah, love. Well, not love, but really, really like that film. Dara says, favorite comedy, mine is Dumb and Dumber. That's hard because I want to say The Wolf of Wall Street, but does that come under a drama or a comedy? It's not a straight up comedy. If you want to go straight up comedy, I love Superbad, Booksmart. But again, I don't think Booksmart's a hilarious film, but it's hard because there are films that are comedies, but they're not laugh out loud hilarious, but they're just fantastic films like Booksmart. Since you're saying favorite, my most rewatched comedy is Superbad, so I will just go with that one. Dumb and Dumber is a fantastic film, though. Have you ever seen Four Rooms? I always forget it's not a Tarantino movie, but he stars in it. I've actually not seen that film. No, I have not. Erin says, have you seen To Kill a Mockingbird? I've not seen that film either. Sorry. Shrek is better. Archie says Shrek is better than every film ever. When are you buying 20 copies of it on 4K? Archie, you keep saying this. Is it even on 4K in the UK? I've never seen it on 4K. Dara says, oh God, Justin Bieber, baby, baby, baby. Best part of the stream yet. I did look a bit like him, though, didn't I? Wrong way. That way. Yeah. Maybe not so much nowadays, but back when he started, I can rock it. Pay me as much money as Justin Bieber gets paid, and I will be happy. Oh, James is in Total Darkness, and he says, fair play to me for still going. I would feel bad ending the stream when we still had loads of questions to go. So, yeah, if my Justin Bieber impression didn't scare everyone off, thank you. I appreciate it. Right, we've only got a few questions left. Oliver Cartoon Studios asks the exact same question someone else just asked. Favorite comedy? I would go Superbad. Although if I sat down to think about it, I may come up with a different answer. What's worse, says David, Jake Lloyd's performance in Phantom Menace or Hayden Christensen in Attack of the Clones? I will go Jake Lloyd. Yeah. I think strictly based on performance, because I think you have to look at the writing as well. The writing in Attack of the Clones is worse, I think. But from a performance level, I think Jake Lloyd is worse. David Simpson says, rank RoboCop, Predator, and Die Hard. I would go Die Hard, Predator, RoboCop. But RoboCop is still a really good film. The Inspired Amateur says, I watched Anatomy of a Murder recently. I liked it, but was put off by the sexist way the female lead was treated. There are films like that. Yeah, maybe not to that extent, but stuff like Transformers, which I don't like anyway. Some of the Fast and Furious films, they do that. It can be a bit off-putting, but I can't comment on that film because I haven't seen it. Oh, James says he's beaten the record for the longest stream in our community, which is 8 hours, by the way, if you don't know. Jason Brett did an 8-hour stream. But James says he's beating the record. My parents just spoke to Virgin, not coming until tomorrow. Let me know. Shall I keep going until tomorrow? That is not going to happen. I would need 5 of these, if not more, to go till tomorrow. My insides would be obliterated. Oh, we've had a bit of a jump. Honestly, James likes to finish at 9:15. I probably would have done. If people want to ask questions and if people are still watching, carry on. I don't mind. I will end the stream when we're not getting too many questions. Kyle Palmer says, what's your favorite character in Chicago Fire TV series and would you watch it again? I have never seen the TV show a single time. I've never seen that show, so no, and it's not really, I doubt I ever will. I don't know. Maybe I will. Movie line, you should do a watch party if it's going to take a while. Yeah, what film shall we watch, guys? What film shall we watch? I like the idea of doing a watch party, you know. But I don't know whether to watch a legitimately good film, like a fantastic film, like there's so many out there that we could choose from, or a film that's just terrible but funny, like so bad that it's good. That may also be funny, like something like Cats. I don't know. You guys let me know. Would you prefer to watch a terrible film or a legitimately good film? Shuck isn't on 4K, but I used my willpower to bring its 4K into existence. I bet there's a 4K in a country. Maybe you can import it. I don't know that. Movies and Train Studios. Have you seen Collateral, Alex? Yes, I actually rewatched Collateral the other day, and I love it. I gave it a 9.5 out of 10. Fantastic film. There's one character decision from Jamie Foxx that I just think is a bit bizarre. And also, I think the motivation between Tom Cruise's character, I think he goes a little bit too overboard, and we're never really shown why he goes to the extent that he goes to. Aside from those nitpicks, it's a near flawless film. Erin says, favorite art film? The Lighthouse. Does The Lighthouse count? I don't know what you class as art film. Or do you mean maybe I'm being stupid. Do you mean like a literal film about art or an art film? I'm going to say The Lighthouse, but if I'm misreading this, let me know. Benton says, just got here. Where's James? James had a power cut quite a while ago now, maybe coming up to about 45 minutes ago, I want to say, if not longer, maybe an hour ago. James had a power cut, but because we had so many questions here and because, amazingly, we still had over 20 people watching, I've just carried on without him. It's amazing having James on the stream to bounce, back and forth with. Love that, but unfortunately, that's not happened. James is on my stream next week, though, by the way, next Tuesday. So if you do want to see me and James talking, if you prefer that, I prefer that. So I don't blame you if you prefer that, me and James talking instead of just me talking. He will be on my stream next Tuesday. I do a weekly stream every Tuesday. Tomorrow I've got Star Wars Cinema on, if we know him. And next Tuesday is Mr. Moviebug. Once again, I've had him on a few times. That was Benton. Dara says, favorite character from the Green Mile? Probably John Coffey for me, but I really love Del, the guy with the mouse. Del is really cool. Oh, that's so sad, though. I don't want to spoil anything, but he has a really sad ending. I'm also going to say John Coffey, but I've only seen the film once. I've seen Anatomy of a Murder. I personally thought it was good. That says Benton. Jake says, I haven't seen that, by the way. Sorry, Benton. Jake says, Alex, still going strong. Hope you're good, mate. Can I jump on with you? I would 100% let you, Jake. I would. I literally don't have the power to. Archie mentioned about him jumping on. Because it's not my stream, I can't invite guests onto it. Like at the bottom where it usually gives you the invite button, I don't have that option. Otherwise, I 100% would invite you on because I prefer talking with someone else. And I'm sure James would be fine with that. I just can't, unfortunately. Benton, wow, I'm really late. No worries, Benton. Oh yeah, Archie's clearing that up. He can't invite people, sadly, Jake. Yeah, I wish I could, but I can't. Have you got a Blu-ray collection video on your channel, Alex? Can't find one as I'm on mobile. I do have one, but you'll have to forgive me because it was one of the first videos that I did on my channel. I think it was back in the beginning of November, so quite a few months ago now. And I started my channel like the week before I did that. So I'm not the best in it. Like nowadays, I would say that I come across better on video. So I do have one, but I plan to do one at the beginning of 2022, like most people do. With an updated collection, and hopefully it'll be a bit of a better video. But that all depends, though, because all of my Blu-rays will be here at my house, but I'm moving in with my fiance next week. And because I can't live without my Blu-rays, I've actually bought disc folders. And I bought 2 that store 400, so I can take 800 discs with me, and they won't take up that much room. So all of my cases will be at my actual house, but all of the discs will be at my fiance's house, so I can watch them. So my plan is to do one at the beginning of 2022, but I would have to come home for a day, maybe 2 days because it's a big collection. Yesterday, I actually started jotting down all of the films that I've got in my collection because I've always wanted to kind of mark up a list of all the films that I've got. I started doing that yesterday. I'm on almost 800, but there's some in my wardrobe that I haven't opened my wardrobe yet to add those in. So it's probably just over 800 I've got. So that will be a long, long video. The other one was almost an hour, and my collection has grown a lot since then. Archie is just saying Shrek. I know he loves Shrek. Carl says Fast 7. Don't know what that's in reference to. Yeah, because his last question was about Chicago Fire. Don't know what Fast 7's got to do with that. Or 50 Shades. We love 50 Shades here. I do own them on Blu-ray, and so does James. I sent them to him, just as a joke. Benton, who killed Captain Alex? And then Erin says, "Who Killed Captain Alex" is an unironically good film. I thought that he was talking about me. I don't know Who Killed Captain Alex is. Is that actually a film? Never heard of it. Archie says, "Or Cool Cat Saves the Kids." Don't know what that's in reference to. Luke says, and Geordie Paul was meant to be here, so if he was on it, it'd be in some sort of situation you're in with talking over James. He has dodged a bullet on this one. You're doing a brilliant job for James's stream. Thank you, Luke. I really appreciate that. Movie Line says, what do you think will happen in the final episode of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier? Considering that I have not seen episodes 3, 4, or 5, I couldn't tell you. Hello. You're back.
I cannot stay for long. I'm on my 3G.
Okay.
I've had a major power cut. We've been sitting in total darkness for like the last half an hour.
Okay. Wow.
And it's not just my house. I've called Luke, who's around the corner. My sister, her friend lives around the corner, who we're friends with, and they're all the lights have come back on. They're all like playing ball games. I can't even put my TV on. It's mental.
Oh no. Okay. Well, I mean, your picture quality looks fine, but
is it okay?
Yeah, looks fine.
I'm quite surprised. It's saying I've got like 1 bar and I'm on 3G, so
Okay, well, you look fine. I'm amazed that people were still watching the stream. I thought everyone would leave after you dropped out.
I didn't know what to think. It's like it sort of dropped out, and I was like, okay, I'll try and get back on. And then when we had like another power cut, like another 2 minutes later, and then it was like total darkness, and I was like, well, that's game over.
Yeah. Oh, that was unfortunate timing. I thought that it was me that froze to begin with.
No, the whole lights went off. It was so weird. I was like, oh god. It's like I only need an hour and a half a week to do these streams, and it's picked that hour and a half to give me a major power cut. So this is great.
Okay. What do you want to do then? Because now you're on. Do you want to end the stream so it's not going all night?
I can do. How many more comments have you got to go through?
Let's see. We've still got about 10, I'd say.
Okay. Well, what's my phone is on 17%. If you want, I'll stay another 10 minutes if you want. I'll put and we'll end it then if you want.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's
if you're okay to do that.
If you end the stream, then going all night.
Yeah, it's probably not. Yeah, mine's starting to freeze up now, actually.
Okay.
There we are. Hello.
Hello.
It's probably best if I end it, I think.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Apologies to everyone.
Because I know you were. Yeah. I know you were still going.
Yeah. No, that's fine. That's fine. There's only a few left, so yeah. Apologies to everyone, but yeah.
Yeah, I do apologize, and to you, Alex, having you on as my guest. But thank you for carrying the stream on, I would say.
That's okay. That's okay. These things happen.
Yeah, I think I would have dropped. I wouldn't know what to do if the host just dropped out.
Well, I was looking it up on my phone. I was like, is it me? Is it you? And then I saw that I was still talking.
Yeah. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't even get messages through to you at one point.
I was like,
Mm.
ah.
Mm. Okay, well, no worries. I guess we'll if you want to end it then.
Yeah,
we'll
if
do-
that's all right with you, because I don't
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll be able to get back on here, to be honest.
Yeah, it's better to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for coming by anyway. Thank you for taking over the channel.
That's okay.
And yeah, I feel a bit bad. I feel like you should be ending the stream. This is more your stream than mine now.
I know. I don't have the end stream button though.
Yeah. Oh well. Anyway, I suppose thank you for coming by, everyone.
Yeah.
Sorry for my absence. Yeah. If you're ready to end it, I'll end it.
Yep. See you later, everyone.
See you later, guys. Bye bye.